Welcome everybody again. Let's just give us another 2 more minutes. More people are attendees are joining now. Just 2 more minutes. We're gonna start this webinar. Thank you. Hello everybody. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. Um, Welcome again. So this webinar is on sustainable construction, building a greener future. We're glad you could join us as we discuss new and exciting ways to make construction more environmentally friendly. My name is Sardor Rafikov and I'll be your host for today. Let me introduce you our amazing speaker. I'm very excited to introduce our speaker for today is Dr. Rashma. Dr. Rashma earned her PhD from the National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, where she studied how to improve ground stability using previous concrete columns. Her research has shown that these columns can be better than the traditional stone columns. So Dr. Rashma has published many of her research findings in important journals and books. You can also check her backgrounds online. She has also shared her work in international conferences and seminars around the globe, right? With over 11 years of teaching and research experiences in the UAE and India, Dr. Rashma is an expert in structural engineering, earthquake engineering, geotechnical engineering. She has received several awards for outstanding academic performance, including the board chairman's gold medal and the institute's gold medal. She's also a member of the American Society of Civil Engineers and the Indian Society of Technical Education. Today, Dr. Rashma will share her experience and knowledge and the latest research on sustainable construction, helping us understand how we can build a greener future. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rashma. Dr. Rashma?
Yes, thank you so much, Sadhu, for the kind introduction. Okay, I hope my screen is visible, right? Okay. So in this presentation, we will be discussing about the 3 pillars of sustainability, then what we need to focus more moving forward for our 2050 goals of decarbonization, and we will talk about sustainability and UAE, the sustainability ratings we have in different emirates of UAE, and also we will discuss about the sustainable construction practices that we follow here in the UAE. Okay, let's quickly see what sustainability is. I'm sure about everyone knows what is sustainability. Now it is a necessity, it's not an option anymore. There is a lot of resources depletion, which is resulting in pollution of land, water, and air. So we have to sustain our planet for a better future. And so for the sustainable design approach, we have 4 R's, which starts with reduce. So reduce the waste. Most efficient building design is required. We have to reuse the resources, so renovate and reuse. We have to recycle the construction materials as far as possible. We have to regenerate and restore. So we have to make use of shading elements, especially in the UAE. Okay, and I know at least or all of you must be familiar with your United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Now, here I'm going to say about the 3 pillars of sustainability, which is economic sustainability, social sustainability, and also environmental sustainability. You must have seen the news of catastrophes all across the globe, which point towards climate change and also the need for resilient infrastructure. And it also affects the economies. So you can see in this picture the sustainable development goals which are connected with built environment. So the first sustainability pillar, which is environment. Now, for built environment, we can focus on affordable and clean energy, and we can reduce this climatic impact because of the construction, and we can be more careful about the life on land and of course the partnerships for the goals. This is because the built environment is responsible for 40% of carbon emissions. Let's go to social sustainability. Now, many people or billions of people are vulnerable to climatic risk, and we are seeing every day in the news and recently as well. So, we need to focus on for the people good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, and along with that, partnership for the goals. Now, going to the economic sustainability, again, the global buildings and construction sector, it has provided or more 10% of employment, or we have the largest resource footprint and also 50% of the global wealth. So built environment is responsible for that. So along with sustainability and new innovations, we can have decent work and economic growth. We have new latest technologies and innovations with AI, of course, and we need to have responsible consumption and production along with partnerships for the goals. So these 3 pillars, if you see, are interconnected, and all together we have to work towards sustainability for a better future. So the green buildings can improve people's well-being, so that is social sustainability, and also we have to make use of renewable energy, and we have to make use or we have to make sure that existing buildings are resilient to the new climatic challenges that we are facing, and also we have to uh, make buildings which are eco-friendly, and also we have to create strong global partnerships. Now, coming to carbon emissions, the buildings and construction sector altogether creates more than 40 or approximately 40% of global carbon emissions. Now, so what we can do for reducing this carbon reduction is to avoid and to switch and also to improve. Now, the best thing that we can do is to avoid, and if you see the ability to reduce the whole life carbon in the projects fully can be done by using avoiding or switching to new methods or by improving the existing ones. Okay, so when we say about the whole life carbon in sustainability, we have to check the whole life carbon of buildings or the materials that we are taking into account. So the whole life carbon comprises of embodied carbon and or operational carbon. Now, if you see embodied carbon, we have embodied carbon which covers in the product stage and construction stage, which includes the extraction of raw materials from the primary sector, then transporting it to the manufacturing plant, and then fabrication, then transporting to the site, and the installation and the construction. And in the use stage, the embodied carbon will be less, but still there is embodied carbon. And if you see the operational phase, there is energy use and water usage. And along with the end stage, the last stage of the construction as well, that is during the demolition or deconstruction stage, there is embodied carbon present. So currently, we can consider this embodied carbon as a total of this A1 to A5, B1 to B5, and C1 to C4 together. And if you see the operational carbon, you can say B6 and B7. So altogether, it results in whole life carbon. So we need to look into all these details. Now, you must have seen how to reduce operational energy, that is by using renewable sources, and many other uh, policies are being taken in order to reduce operational carbon. So right now everyone is focusing on that, but still we need to focus on the embodied carbon which is present in the materials, and also the carbon which accumulates throughout the life cycle. So in the embodied carbon, we have to change our focus to upfront carbon. Now we'll see what is upfront carbon, which is the carbon dioxide equivalent to the product stage as well as construction process stage. That means till the completion or the installation of a project, we can consider it as upfront carbon. So the carbon emissions which are calculated before the building or the infrastructure starts to be in the operational stage, we say it as upfront carbon, and we can calculate this upfront carbon. Okay, so moving forward, so up to 2050, that is the target where we have to keep this rising temperatures within 1.5 degrees Celsius uh, in relation to pre-industrial levels. So in that case, what we need to do is we have to focus more on upfront carbon along with this operational carbon. So this is going to be the focus here. So if you see the degree of accuracy, if we have less information in the initial stages, that means during the initial design development itself, we can think about how to reduce the whole life carbon. Now if you see, if the level of detail or the data availability is more, then the ability to reduce the whole life carbon will be less. The more data that we have towards the end of the project doesn't help us to reduce the whole life carbon. So this embodied carbon, or let's say upfront carbon, needs to be taken care. All the things related to upfront carbon needs to be addressed during the initial stages of the project. Now, when it comes to the key members who should be involved in the decarbonization process, starting from the start of the project cycle to the end of the project cycle, should be starting with end users who is having the ability to reduce whole life carbon, and then the governmental agencies and the regulatory bodies, and the funding agency, we can say client. Then we have designers, we have contractors, and then we have suppliers, and so on. So between owners, client, designers, consultants, contractors, and the suppliers, we should have proper engagement and collaboration, as well as we should have end users' requirements to keep in mind, and also governmental and regulatory bodies. Okay, how do you do this carbon reduction is by avoid building an asset if it is not required to construct. If you have an existing building, then you can refurbish it, and we have to think about climate resilience. We can make use of land in a proper way, and we can change the building use. For example, if you have a residential building, and maybe we can convert to some other type of building, maybe industrial building, and vice versa. Now, when it comes to the second part, which is switching, we can always go for the efficient design, and also we can optimize the design without over conserving, without going for over conserving design. Now, when it comes to the third step, improve, you can consider locally available resources, and also we can make use of the renewable sources of energy by minimizing the construction emissions, and also we can think about alternate materials usage. But always the best thing is to avoid, and then followed by switch, and then followed by improve. Now, let's see the sustainability and the UAE. Now, UAE, in aligned with global UN requirements, 40% increase in consumption efficiency of individuals and corporates, 50% clean energy, and 70% reduction in carbon footprint is being followed. In the UAE, we have a lot of sustainable initiatives that has been implemented, both in top level as well as bottom level approaches in sustainability. Now, let's see some of the sustainable buildings in UAE. So you can see some of the buildings over here. Some of you must have seen already these buildings if you're here in UAE, or some of you must have visited the expo pavilions. All right. In alignment with global net zero targets, our government has already declared all the new buildings which are undergoing construction or going to construct should operate at net zero carbon. So whatever energy they require for their day-to-day operations need to be sourced in the site itself. And by 2050, all the existing buildings must operate at net zero carbon. Now, the government has declared 2023 as the year of sustainability, today for tomorrow, and it has been extended to 2024 in order to showcase UAE's commitment towards sustainability. And last year in UAE, hosted Conference of Parties 28, and a venue of Dubai Expo City was selected. This is because of having a common goal with sustainability, and also they addressed all the global issues. Now, you must be knowing this Conference of Parties 29 is going to happen in Baku from November 11 to 22. So their theme is in solidarity for a green world, again, which contributes to sustainability developments and policy changes or policy implementations and so on. Now, coming to sustainability ratings, we have different sustainability ratings available or being followed here in the UAE. LEED or WELL or Estidama, Al Safat, Burjil. There are so many ratings available, but mostly in UAE, these are the ratings which are being followed. Now, LEED is worldwide accepted LEED certification requirements. So that is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design from United States Green Building Council. They have three sets 4 sets of certifications with platinum, gold, silver, and certified based on the points they earn according to the innovation, the indoor environmental quality, materials and resources, the transportation and location, sustainable cities, energy and atmosphere, and water efficiency. So in UAE, we have a lot of LEED certified buildings. And in Abu Dhabi, we have Estidama Pearl rating system. Estidama means continuity or means sustainability in Arabic. So we have 5 Pearl rating, four Pearl rating, and 3 Pearl rating, 2 Pearl rating, and 1 Pearl rating. 1 Pearl rating is mandatory for the villas being constructed in the Emirate. And if we go to Al Safad, this is the green building regulation of UAE, which has been revised recently recently, that is 2023. And if you see Al Safad, that means pure. There are some criteria requirements for buildings to be certified with silver, gold, and platinum requirements. And all the sustainable buildings who has got this Al Safad rating should undergo some requirements, and they will be awarded according to the criteria being fulfilled. Now, next is about Barjil. Barjil is the green building regulation of Ras Al Khaimah, and even for them, they have a strong focus towards sustainability, and they have included or revised the code in 2021. Okay. So Barjil means wind tower, which was used in the earlier period and even nowadays, which is used for cooling the environment within the building envelope. So let's see the criteria of a green building. So a green building will have water efficiency, it will have indoor environmental air quality, and it will be durable, and it will be a sustainable design. It is energy efficient. It is the building is constructed using eco-friendly materials, and there will be less, or there will be reduction in waste during the construction as well as during the demolition stage. So let's see about the sustainable practices that is being followed here in the UAE. Lean construction is the construction which focuses on reducing the waste and also maximizing the productivity and efficiency. It's a better way to build, and its focus is mainly on reducing the waste and also thereby reducing the cost as well as reducing the time. And this can be applied both in during the design as well as in the construction process. Now, the second one, the sustainable practice that UAE is carrying out is by using sustainable construction materials, by using locally available materials. Example is 3D printing. They have used locally available materials, thereby not adding anything to the greenhouse emission. And when it comes to 3D printing, some of you must be familiar with that. I think all of you must be familiar with that. Now, the construction time of a 3D printed building is around 2 to 3 weeks, and the Dubai municipality building, which is constructed within 2 weeks, is around 9.5 meters high. It's a G+2 building, and they have used 3D printing technology over here. So this is one of the main focus right now UAE is having, because they have developed a code for this 3D printing, and they have recently issued a building permit for completed 3D printed villa in Dubai. And yeah, so let's move to the next slide. Now, again, as I told earlier, for carbon reduction tools, we are focusing mostly on, when you consider this operational carbon, we are trying to reduce our energy use and also trying to produce energy from renewable sources. We have solar plants over here, and also we have wind, and we have biogas, and also we are trying to develop through civil nuclear uh, power so that we can be sustainable, and also we are trying to make water consumption less. And here, if you see, our focus should shift to upfront carbon, or we have to focus on embodied carbon, which is developed, or which is included right from the extraction of this raw materials and to the construction of the building. And there will be some during the maintenance and usage of the building, and there is embodied carbon during the end of the life cycle also. So if you focus on, we have to focus, and most of here, if you see, we have a strong focus on operational. So we have to focus mainly on this embodied carbon, especially upfront carbon right before the construction of the building. So till from the extraction to the construction of the building, is that is A1 to A5 is upfront carbon. So that needs to be tackled for moving forward for 2050 goals. Now, coming to alternate methods of construction, if you consider traditional method of construction, there is a lot of waste along with it. So we are moving towards 3D printed building. The Dubai municipality building that I was talking about, you can see a picture of the municipality building, which is constructed using 3D print, wherein the waste is very much less, which is also considered as a sustainable construction due to the locally sourced materials usage. So let's go to circular economy. So when it comes to circular economy, the life cycle of the project starts from design and procurement, then construction, operation and use, then renovation, demolition, and then you can repair or recycle the products, and then which can be used for the next project. So that is how a circular economy works in the built environment. Now, circular economy is being followed in UAE through framework arrangements during the procurement stage itself, and they have partnership with multiple companies from, let's say, client, consultant, contractor, and then they are doing the circular economy for a sustainable future. So all these parties need to be involved for a successful circular economy to work, and that is being done here in the UAE. Now let's go to building information modeling. And again, building information modeling has been implemented in UAE for buildings with about 20 floors. So all those submissions, BIM submission is important and it is required. Building information modeling is, again, it's a process which needs to be implemented right from the conceptual design and throughout the building cycle, even during the last stage of the cycle, so that they can get information to the next project. Now, when the advantage of building information modeling right now, I think everywhere they have used till 3D, which is 3D model, and also for the proper collaboration between the different parties involved in the construction, because a lot of people are involved in construction and then they will get real-time update. But I think moving forward, they have to more focused on construction 4D and 5D. Construction 4D is all about the timing, the sequencing of construction activities, and so on. And then 5D is related to cost analysis, life cycle analysis, and so on, which is related to cost. And again, 6D and so on needs to be included moving forward. And in addition to BIM, there could be chances that we will be introducing, UAE government or Dubai municipality will be introducing digital twin very soon, which is a physical replica, digital replica of a physical um, building under construction, wherein we can see the real-time progress. Okay, so sustainability at the core of construction, we need to focus more on lean construction. Sustainable construction materials need to be used, which has less upfront carbon, and we have to make use of various carbon reduction tools, such as, let's say, locally available materials or any other substitutes that we can use. We have to think about alternative methods of construction. We can say sustainable methods of construction. One example is 3D printing. Another example is, let's say, off-site construction, depending on the project requirements. And then we have to go for circular economy, and we have to make use of building information modeling to the fullest. And always we have to construct cleaner, leaner, and greener for a better future. And as a summary for the construction for sustainability in construction sector, and also for focusing towards 2050 goals globally, we need to construct cleaner, leaner, and greener. And these are some of the references. And thank you so much for the attention and time. And I would be happy to take any questions that you might have. You can let me know if you have any questions. Sardor, are you there?
Yes. I'm just also checking on other social medias. We were live on Facebook, YouTube, and other platforms, basically. We're
Mm-hmm.
receiving questions right now. I'm going to read it out for you. One
Okay.
second. Let me just check.
All right. Okay.
All right. We have one very interesting question right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, it's on the from the YouTube live. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
can students do construction management and then a pathway bachelor's degree in civil engineering?
Mm, yes. So the construction management that we are offering here is equivalent to year one and year two. Then you need to check the entry requirements of the university, which is top up level, wherein, and then you have to check. Yes, most of the universities accept Pearson qualifications, which we are offering here at GBS Dubai. So once you finish that, you can check the entry requirements of that particular university where you have that level 6, and then you have to see.
Thank you. Next question is from our Facebook Live. What are the pathway programs after construction management apart from, like, what you mentioned just now? So they want to know what kind of pathways, what they can study for the bachelor's.
Okay, there are different streams which are connected with civil engineering or construction management. Let's say we have quantity surveying, and then you have construction project management, which is more or less the same thing, and then engineering management, advanced engineering management, and so on.
Thank
There are
you.
a lot of disciplines, architectural technology, and different other domains.
Uh-huh. There is a question on the topic. It's a very interesting one. They're asking if you know what unique challenges does the UAE face in implementing sustainable construction and how are they being addressed?
Okay. Right now, there are a lot of sustainability initiatives that has been taken by the government. Starting from, let's say, 2010, there are a lot of sustainability codes which is available for different emirates, and they are doing a top-down approach from, let's say, the government policies. They are making it strict. Moving forward, all the new construction needs to be sustainable and so on. Second approach is that the maybe the people who are involved in the construction activities, starting from the design, they need to be aware of the long term advantages of construction. because sustainability, again, the initial cost could be higher when compared to the traditional ones because of the long-term advantages again. So that needs to be convinced and conveyed, basically educated to the different stakeholders, and then that needs to be taken care of. And I think we are doing well in terms of sustainability, especially UAE. We have the government has taken a lot of initiatives related to it, and we are encouraging our students. We are because the qualification that we are offering is 100% related to sustainability in everything, the advantages, the disadvantages, and also moving forward, what is the requirement is being addressed by us to the students, so that when they work towards sustainability, they can do that. Additionally, we have selected the units like principles of refurbishment and other units in such a way that the students will beneficial towards the 2030 targets as well as 2050 targets, wherein the existing buildings need to be sustainable. And one more point to your question. Basically, during the procurement itself, the sustainable practices need to be followed, especially while sourcing the raw materials, and all the suppliers involved, they need to be aware of this sustainability. So mostly here, right now, if you see, they are working as in terms of framework agreements, wherein they are making sure that all the companies are encouraged in doing sustainability. I hope that addressed your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another question. It is more into 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
So the question says, how can 3D printing contribute to sustainable construction practices in the UAE? And what are the environmental benefits of using 3D printing for construction compared to traditional building methods?
Okay. In the traditional construction, if you see, there are a lot of wastes, okay, which could be harmful, right? So when it comes to 3D printing, you can construct a building within, let's say, a month, but a similar size, let's say G+2 building, okay? So time, it saves money, the labor and everything. So that is more good in a sustainable way when it comes to traditional way of construction. Traditional way of construction for a similar size might take maybe 7 to 8 months. So you see the difference from 1 month, let's say, to 7 to 8 months. It's a huge difference, right? So one is time. Then I would say quicker safety. Safety is main thing. This 3D printing, the 3D printer is using from different sources. So it will be easier for them to do these uh, construction without any accidents or anything. We do have safety regulations in the built environment, and which has been strictly followed by all the companies. But still, again, by using 3D printing, that can be minimized, very much minimized. And for 3D printing here in UAE, they are using locally sourced materials as per the research and the reports available, and therefore 3D printing is sustainable.
All right. I have also a question from a student who
Mm-hmm.
is saying that he's very much interested in research and sustainable construction. So he's asking, like, what opportunities are there for students in the UAE to get involved in research or projects related to sustainable construction?
There are a lot of projects available already constructed uh, by using sustainable regulations, right? So they can do case study analysis or any other analysis related to research.
Nice. I will pass the microphone to my colleague, Mr. Suraj. He has
Mm-hmm.
also additional questions which came in on GoToWebinar, and
Mm-hmm.
then we'll be able to wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, please, Mr. Suraj.
Thank you, Sardur. Hi, all. Ma'am, we have Kandasamy. who have asked a question that, hi ma'am, thanks. Please inform the grade of concrete used by Dubai for sustainable building.
The grade of the concrete that has been used.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it depends on the project, and also there are regulations available. It depends on the emirate, and you need to check the code for knowing about the specification of materials that is being used for sustainable construction.
Thank you, ma'am. There is one more question from Farooq. He have thanked you for having this a wonderful session, and he is expecting to have more sessions like this. Okay, and one more question from Alok Tiwari. Ma'am, can describe the impact of climate on existing constructed building in Dubai.
Okay. Okay, the existing climate is he referring to the rain?
He didn't mention specifically like that. He just climate on existing constructed building.
Okay. Dubai buildings are designed and constructed for taking this hot and this conditions, the climatic conditions that prevail in the Middle East region. And right now we are in the peak of the summer. Yes, if you are referring to the rain that happened, yes, we had that rain which caused around the rain amount which is equivalent to maybe the event that happened in 75 years. Okay, so it is a separate event that happened, and all the buildings over here are well constructed based on the guidelines. We have codes, Dubai Building Code, and other regulations in place, and that is how they construct the building. So for the climatic actions, again, it's a very good question if you ask me. Everywhere in the world, if you are expecting some kind of catastrophe, natural calamity, the main purpose of construction will be the safety of the people and then the safety of the asset. So if in case if it is not designed for the events, for example, if it is like beyond our control, then I think we have to go towards preparedness, emergency preparedness, we say, emergency management, which is related to natural calamities. And for that, we have to inform the public what they have to do during in these cases of emergency situations and things like that, because the focus will change to saving the lives of the people. Okay, so
Thank you. Yeah, ma'am.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, and the government has announced because of the rain that happened, they are going to review again the infrastructure conditions of many other things, and they are going to start new projects based on that, so that they are making sure that if similar kind of catastrophe comes again, then we are better prepared for it. Okay.
Hope,
Yeah.
hope that have cleared your doubt. Ma'am, we have
Yes.
another wonderful question. It's from Muhammad Azimuddin. He have asked you, what is the difference between Primavera P6 and MS project? Is project planning and cost control is covered in the course?
Primavera P6 and MSP, right?
Yes, MS project. Yeah.
Okay. Primavera and MSP, these are the tools which are used for scheduling. All right. And Microsoft project, I don't know if this if the attendee had seen this new version of Microsoft project. So it has become very much user friendly. I would say that have a look at Microsoft project, and it has become very user friendly. You just need to include the activities, you just need to edit it, and you will get the result for Microsoft project. And regarding Primavera, again, it is an advanced scheduling tool from Oracle, which has been used in the Middle East region. And okay, we don't have any Primavera license as if, but we provide you opportunities so that you can learn this software. Okay, I hope that is clear now.
Ma'am, there's one more question.
Yes.
It's from Neha Prakash. Scope of environmental engineering in UAE.
Environmental engineering, yes, it is connected to again sustainability, I would say. Every project, if it is let's say industrial project or any other project, it needs to get an clearance from the government before it starts. And even all the construction activities, it will go through life cycle assessment, because it needs to be the sustainability need to be addressed. So it is a wonderful field, I would say.
Thank you. We have this stick participants. I would like to tell you that our inbox is flooded with a lot of questions. So I will be ignoring the same questions, like repeated questions, and I will be taking the unique ones. So, ma'am, there is another
Mhm.
question. Uh, any other program other than BIM modeling may help in getting sustainability?
Any other program?
Other than BIM modeling may help in
Okay.
getting sustainability.
Yeah, building information modeling is a tool that is which can be implemented for better collaboration, and there'll not be much of the change orders later on in the project. You can see the clashes beforehand. Clash detection is possible by using building information modeling effectively, and maybe better control of the project is possible through that. Changes will be less later on to the project. That's how BIM is going to be helpful, and real-time collaboration with all the parties involved.
Wonderful. And we have Chandrajit Singh. He's asking, I'm an environmental engineer background. Is there any course related to environment sustainability in construction apart from construction management?
Um, you're in GBS, we have only construction management. I would say in 2023, Pearson has revised the curriculum, which includes the full sustainability, which needs to be applied um, worldwide. And UK, because Pearson is a UK qualification, as well as that is being applied to regional, that is local regulations. So what we do is we are having the specification from Pearson. Since the GBS Dubai is here in Dubai, we follow all the regulations, all the codal provisions as given by municipality, Dubai municipality. Okay, so we don't have any separate course on environmental, but all those things which are applicable in the UAE construction sector is being covered throughout the course, starting from tendering and procurement till the end, till the project completion cycle and so on. I hope that answered your query.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Rashma. For all of you, I just wanted to let you know that you can have a virtual tour. It will be in the chat box. Just go through and you can actually visit our campus, GPS Dubai, in the virtual tour. Okay? And if any of you are interested to further your education with GPS Dubai, we do offer a construction management program, which is a British qualification. British qualification, which is study. I mean, your education is going to be in Dubai. The education itself is 2 years duration. The intakes we have in January, March, June, and September. So next intake, which is upcoming, is September. So if anybody is ready to jumpstart your education, your qualification, change of maybe your major, you can reach out to us. We will definitely contact you back as well to give you more information. And for September intake, we are accepting all the students to apply with up to 50% scholarship. Okay, the education is going to be a little bit different comparing to the traditional universities. In traditional universities, you're going to have exams, you're going to have daily classes, but unlike with us, the education which is provided by Pearson, which is awarding institution, right? You're going to have classes only twice a week, so which gives you an opportunity to work and study. Okay, the class is going to be only 2 times a week. You will be working and studying. We don't have exams, so you will be able to learn on the go. Basically, it's a practical education. The tuition fees are in dirhams. If you understand dirhams, the 40,000 dirhams per year, which is equivalent to around 10,000 US dollars. But as I said, like we can give you up to 50% scholarship as well. All the entry requirements, whatever your questions, additional questions you might have, you can reach out to us, and we will send you, a follow-up email with all the details. If you guys have any additional like last minute questions, feel free to write it or just reach out to us, and we're gonna give you all our contact details as well. We have an inquiry email as well. I will just put it in the chat box now. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Rashma. It was really informative session. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. We can't hear you, Dr. Rashma. I think your microphone is muted. All right, we can wrap this session. The contact details are here already on the chat box. You can just copy and save it for yourself. Feel free to reach out to us. Yeah, Dr. Rashma, you wanted to say something?
Yes, my mic was muted somehow. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone who joined. Thank you so much, and have a nice weekend ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Yeah, take care.